shows, gotta get all prepaid. What you I'm on it, break, no side, no back these ways.
On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still gotta back up, cause it's on this old train line, I'ma get it done. Now I got the party jumping like it's double dutch. Then we spun the black, came back, double up, like, ooh, I got a, yeah, met her uptown, but she from the borough, better known as the boogie down. All sookie now, get up out the kitchen, man, I'm cooking now. Brother man, slip me skin, suck it to me, and they gotta shut their mouth when they talking to me. I look around, it's a whole lot of fraction mamas, but I hit the highs, man, don't want the drama. Hey, peace and love, baby, keep it groovy. Every time we pop out, you know it's a movie. If I'm in hot water, then it's a jacuzzi. I gotta shake, so I'm throwing deuces. I gotta, even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back, cause you know I gotta, and she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still gotta.
It's Week 18 of the National Football League, and we'll be watching the dynamic Tyreek Hill, who's now the single-season record holder for receiving with a shot at going over 2,000 yards. It's the Dolphins and the Bills, and it's coming right up on EA.
Here's the punter, Jake Bailey, ready to do the honors. And we are underway from Miami. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he's going to have a Bills first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37. Good sign here early. Everybody on offense there up front in the backfield in sync on that play.
So much talk about what do you do to neutralize home field advantage? Well, teams that run the football effectively, they often have a way of neutralizing it in a big way when they have those types of runs.
There's the former Dolphin, Jarvis Landry. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. This defense for the Dolphins, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Allen going to throw. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. Bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, they were advancing the ball. They had a couple first downs under their belt, but a big mistake there on the opening drive leads to 6 points the other direction.
And what a good read that was on his part, Brandon, because it prevents a possible scoring drive with how they were moving things along. And it gives the defense the early advantage was going to be definitely entertaining battle between these units.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And, Charles, you look at this defense. They were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half. And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion... And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jalen Phillips coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside.
Yeah, and you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game. Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Miami set to take over. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a first down. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Now a 2nd and 6. Running the counter with Mostert. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. You look at this Buffalo defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now Tua on the bootleg here. On the move to his left. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on a flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Runs through the contact. So that a 56-yard punt with a 14-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Harris running straight ahead. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
leading 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in week 4. And it was the Dolphins with a road victory, so they'll look for the sweep now here in Miami. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Once again, it's Mostert. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. The Dolphins had 11-5 on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They get the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. And they're going to get him. They bring it down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. If you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And he will not be able to get the 1st as he can get this only down to the 5. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add onto their lead. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
And no thought of a return here for Hines. The Bills ready to take over. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Allen looks to throw on second down. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Second down. Here's Mostert again. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 58 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On play action, here's Tua. He'll buy some time right. Give him a couple on the scramble in second down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
And the Dolphins are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Tua, a final shot before half. And he slings one that's incomplete. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here. Only 2 quarters of football left in the regular season. Everybody's excited to get to the playoffs. So excited that we're just going to skip right over halftime and get back to the action. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Tua now on first down. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It's a big play there for Miami. 42 yards. So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on first and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. His throw incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
On second down, Mostert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. Tua sets up to pass it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Buffalo defense does its job, and it's 4th down. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. This will be a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will add onto their lead. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
41 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. From the 41, here's 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Now Allen. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. The kick by Bass is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there. For him, what an accomplishment in this game, surpassing the 2,000-yard mark. And all the time we talk about these guys out wide like him that are so athletic and can do so many things. But take us a little deeper. How has he done it this year?
Well, you helped with this because when we sat down with him before the game and discussed his season, and you said to him, okay, I have a vision that you, similar to a pitcher, change up a lot of things, right? Different arm angles, different slots that a pitcher would do. You do that with your route running and all that. And I loved his response. He said, yeah, I do that. But one of his best friends is a world-ranked tennis player. And he talked about serves and how you change up, take pace off, do different things. And he incorporated that into his route running.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected pass.
Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. Second down and 3. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Bit of a pressure spot here for Tyler Bass. He hit his first, this one from 38. The kick by Bass is good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
Partner's not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself in a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position.
And with that last reception, we have just witnessed an NFL record. He's gone over 1,964 yards receiving now on the year as he moves past 2012 Calvin Johnson for the most in one season in NFL history. When you think about it, for a league that's been around for over 100 years, that is no small feat. So congratulations to him. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. From midfield, here's Tua. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 24-yard line. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Tua to throw again. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now up to 14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no thought of a return here for Hines. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting 3s, and you're coming back and getting 2s, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those 6s on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. And meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. The Bills on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Wow, the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down. Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
That is caught, and he is going to have the Bills' first down, and they come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some. Now Allen. Left side, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Operating from the red zone now, Allen. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off, actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
66 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Now 2nd and 3. Here's Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Dolphins stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and
Allen off the play fake.
26-yard line.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Tua to try again on 2nd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Tua going to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And almost but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. They'll try it now with Mostert. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Dolphins have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no thought of a return here for Hines. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Allen now on first down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Throwing now is Allen. Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. This was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute, both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So for Miami, a win here in Week 18 means they'll finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-5.
I can't fade away. Baby, I've been too turned, I don't care about what a hater say. Dark skin, thick, I like the so I named the bay. I'm in it every day. New drip, I just spent some G's on my attire. These righteous keep on growing, but my jeans getting tighter. I went overseas with the swiper. Bad, no, I never seen nothing like love.